And good evening, fellow travelers. I am Mojado, your all-American, undocumented moto vlogger. And welcome again to hell. Here in South Texas, the temperature is well over 100 degrees. And most of us are cooking who are out here on the highway. But I've always said this, that a bad day of riding is better than a good day of traveling in a car. Coming home from a club function, had a lot of fun, ate some good food, saw some good friends, even listened to a little bit of live music. So today's been a good day, and just enjoying a very warm ride home. I haven't made a video in a couple of weeks since my trip to Amarillo, and I just wanted to make a little short video just to say hi to everyone and tell everyone how I'm doing. Not that any of you care, but I thought I'd do it anyway, because I'm positively sure that there's at least one or two of you out there. And on that off chance that there are one or two of you actually, well, thanks a lot, buddy. Woo! Nothing like a close call to shit your pants. Oops, I'll have to bleep that. Let's try that again. I'm sure there's a few of you out here who are watching, so I'll give you the Mojado update. I found out that a really good friend of mine and the only motorcycle mechanic that I've ever trusted, Frank Booker, had a stroke the other day. But I just talked with him, and he is fine, and he is recovering and doing very well. So shout out to my friend Frank Booker. Here we've got sirens. I wanted to give everyone a little update on my diet. Some of you may recall that I started a diet. I was just thinking about how long it's been. It's probably been 5 weeks. 5 weeks ago I started on the KETO diet, sometimes known as the ketogenic diet. And for those who don't know, the keto diet is very strict. You cut out carbs and sugars. No carbs, no sugars. Well, I should say very few carbs. They'll allow you 20 carbs per day. And for those of you who have never really counted up how many carbs you're eating, that's very few. And there's foods that you cannot eat, and that's a game changer for a lot of people. I've mentioned this diet to some of my friends, and I'll tell them a little bit about it, and then I'll say, oh, and you can't eat tortillas, and you cannot eat rice, and you cannot eat beans, and no bread, and no sweets. And they're like,
that's what? Crazy.
No, thank you. I'd rather die fat. I've had a few friends who have started the keto diet, and some of them stuck with it a day or two before they said, screw that, I'd rather be fat. However,
are you insane?
I am steadfast. Now, on one hand, my wife has told me that I am destined to fail on this diet. And in her words, I will, if I lose weight, I will gain it all back like I have in the past.
Aw, crap.
So thank you for your encouragement, honey. But no, I am steadfast, and I'm one of these people that when I start on something and I jump in with both feet, by God, I'm going to win. And I don't care to use a popular expression that I once heard my grandfather say, and it cracked me up. He would say, "I don't care if it hair lips the governor, I'm going to do this." So that's how I feel about it. I don't care if it hair lips the governor. Who says that anymore, by the way? And where did we come up with a phrase like that? But anyway, I am steadfast and I am strict and I am not cheating on it. I've had people ask me, well, how is it working? How much weight have you lost? And my honest answer is I have no idea. I don't know. I do not weigh myself. And there's a reason why I do not weigh myself. I learned a long time ago, if you get on the scales and you see something that you don't like or is less than you thought, then it's easy to get frustrated and depressed, and you might say, well, screw that, I'd rather be fat. I don't get on the scale. In reality, when you are going on a diet such as this, and I don't like to call it a diet, it's a way of life or a way of eating, it completely rewires the way that your body gets energy. When you are on this way of life, your weight is going to fluctuate, maybe a pound this way or a pound that way. I've even heard of some people who will gain a pound or two while being extremely strict on the keto diet. And that, my friends, is the exact reason why I do not weigh myself. Because there's a lot about this diet that goes against all logic and conventional wisdom.
That's crazy.
By pure logic, if you stick to this diet and keep your carbs under a certain amount and you do not consume very many calories per day, you should literally lose weight every day. But it's in reality, life is not like that, and you might lose a pound one day, you might gain 3 pounds the next day. There's no rhyme or reason to it.
Ay caramba!
So looks like that gentleman's getting a ticket. So that's why I don't weigh myself. So when people ask me, Rich, how much weight have you lost? I don't know. Don't know. Don't care. But my diet is going great. I am sticking to it. Faithful. Strict. I do not deviate. I do not consume carbs or sugars. And let me tell you, that's been a bitch. If you want to know the truth about it, it's been difficult. Yes, there have been times I wanted to give up. There have been times my boss keeps a jar of candy on his desk. Not only does he keep candy, my boss keeps a little jar that has those little bitty individually wrapped Snickers. Do you know how hard it is to be on a diet and walk past a person's desk when they've got those little bitty Snicker bars? That's damn hard. Okay, so while I like the idea that I'm getting healthier and that I might be losing weight, that part sucks, because I like chocolate. I like sugar foods, and that's how I got fat in the first place. So I guess it all evens out. But otherwise, my keto diet is going very well. I'm finding that I can wear clothes that I haven't been able to fit into in years. People tell me my face looks a little bit different. I don't know that it does, but people tell me, ooh, your face looks different. Which I guess is a nice way of saying your cheeks aren't quite as fat as the last time I saw you. People are nice and polite that way. So yes, when people ask me how the diet's going, it's going very well. It sucks at times. It sucks giving up some of the foods that I love. It sucks having a hamburger but not being able to have the bun. It sucks not having a pizza. And it sucks being around other people who eat candy and junk food and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, I'm here for the long haul. And this is, I've mentioned it before, this is not one of those diets where you can lose the weight that you want to lose and get down to your goal weight, and then say, okay, well, I reached my goal, now I can have pizza. Because I am diabetic, and because of the way that my body reacts to sugars and carbs, it looks like this is a diet that I'm going to have to stick with for the rest of my life. So it's not so much, ooh, I want to be skinny. No, this is, if I want to live a few more years, this is the diet. This is the path I must go down. It's not really a choice, and it's not vanity. It's not any of that. It's just a choice that I make because I have to. Does that make sense? So, the sun is getting low in the sky. It's a little after 6 o'clock Texas time. And it's very hot. I think I mentioned that. Harley-Davidson's temperature gauge says 104. So, 103. So once again, this is Mojado from hell, wishing everyone a wonderful day. And if you are traveling on the same path as I am, trying to get healthy and lose a little weight, I wish you well. I wish you luck. Be safe in your travels. Watch out for idiots like the guy that pulled out in front of me. If you ride a motorcycle, watch out for deer. And above all, be nice to one another. And that's all I have to say about that. Have a great one. This is Mojado out.
And so we come to the end of another fun-filled episode of Rocky and Bullwinkle.